Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk Tottenham, bringing you match reaction from yesterday's 2-1 victory over Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That's right, people. We beat Liverpool 2-1 with practically the last kick of the game. What it's quite a task to really sort of unpick this game. I did think it was going to be very high energy. I knew Liverpool were going to come and cause us problems, which they did. But again, overall, I'm pretty happy. I think with the overall performance from the team in that game. I thought we were very measured. Um, we controlled the lion's share of the possession. At times, it was a little slow, I thought, but credit to Liverpool. They did sit back at times as well, and it felt like they were trying to counter us most of the match with Salah, and Gakpo, and various others. Diaz as well was causing us problems, but we hung in there. Obviously, we've got to talk about the two send-ins off for Liverpool as well. Tricky ones to really sort of decide that upon. But what I would say is that Spurs, we all know we've had our bad luck with decisions, VAR calls, send-ins off, goal line technology over the years. It's about time, I reckon, that we got one in our favour as well. So this time we got three, probably, if you include the goal that was wrongly chalked out. But we hung in there. Liverpool went down, obviously, to 9 men, and then I think it was a really, really frustrating last sort of 20 minutes where we just couldn't get past them. We didn't create too many chances, but what I loved about the goal was that, again, it was patient build up. Romero's played it across to Porro, and then finally that was one of the only opportunities in the match that we actually got down the sides, and Porro flashes a great ball, really, really great crosser across the middle of the box, and Matip has smashed it to his own net, and then we get the points. And the Ange ball revolution carries on, guys. So that's 5 wins now out of 7. We're up to second in the league with a match against Luton Town away next week. Overall, yeah, I think it was a good performance. I'm not too sure whether or not I would have played Richarlison from the start. I don't think he had a too bad a match. But he should have scored. He should have scored at least one in this match. But for me, I probably would have started Solomon on the left hand side because we learnt that Brennan Johnson was injured. So Johnson was injured. I would have played Solomon. But fair play to Angie. He wanted to give Richarlison another chance. Yeah. So but guys, we move on. We would have taken 4 points from the last 2 matches if it was offered to us. But we've come out the Emirates with a point, with a brilliant display. I thought actually we played better last week than we did today. Today the build up for me was just that little bit slow, and whether or not he could have changed things a little bit earlier. I'm always confident with Ange and his substitutions. They normally make sense. But in this match, I would have made the changes a bit earlier. And it was obviously just disappointing to see Maddison and Son coming off for the likes of Skip and Højbjerg. But, it's clear to me that we do need to strengthen again in January, in the summer. And we do need to kind of start weeding these players out, like the likes of Ben Davis, probably Oliver Skip now. I've been a big fan of Skip actually over the last sort of few years, but unless when Bentancur comes back, that's going to push Skip even further down the pecking order as well. So he'll have a decision to make there, Oliver Skip. Højbjerg, yeah, I've been pretty pleased with him this season. I think when he has come on, he tends to shore things up for us. but yeah, I mean, look, it's another 3 points, guys. We're absolutely delighted. Like I say, we've got another full week now to prepare before Saturday's 12:30 game at Luton. First time I think we've played Luton in, probably you have to go back since the first division, back in the early 90s, because I can't remember us ever playing Luton in the cups. So that'll be a brilliant. It's going to be a brilliant away day for Spurs in that match. And because we start first next weekend, if we can get the win there, then we're going to be top before the next round of matches. And obviously City play Arsenal at the Emirates on the Sunday. So somebody's going to drop points in those games. So suddenly, guys, with this early season form has taken us to second after 7 games, and everything appears just to be very, very rosy and happy at Tottenham at the moment. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. Just another thing I will say, guys, absolutely delighted to see Jamie Donnelly on the bench, a fantastic youth product who scored a couple of goals recently against Colchester United for the under-21s, and also Valise as well. Alejandro Valise, I think his name is. Brilliant to see the youngsters being given a chance. That's gonna breed confidence into the academy in the under-21s. The fact that if you do play well, you will, Big Ange will give you your opportunity in the first team. So that's just absolutely fantastic to see. My prediction for the Liverpool game, guys, just going back to that one, was 3-2. Wasn't quite the number of goals in this game, just the 3. But Spurs, coming out 2-1 winners. I think we would have all taken that, and Spurs, we move on. We've got one more match now against Luton before the international break, and then when we do come back, I believe it's a home match against Fulham before we go away to Palace. So looking at the next 3 games, guys, I think we've got to be looking at picking up 6 points away at Luton and home to Fulham. And then, Palace away, we beat them 4-0 away last season, but we all know it's a difficult game going to Selhurst Park. I think it's a Friday night. I had to look at the fixtures as well. Friday night at 8 o'clock. So, the Palace fans will be right up for that one. But look, I think if we just can target the next game, obviously, away at Luton, let's get the points there. Then we'll be going into the international break, potentially top of the league, guys. Potentially top of the league. 2 weeks back. 2 weeks international break, then we come back and we go again. But guys, absolutely brilliant victory yesterday. Our first win against Liverpool since 2017, since the 4-1 win at Wembley. It's been a long time coming. Another week with Tottenham putting smiles upon all of our faces. Stay tuned for the next video, guys. I'll be putting out my predicted lineup and scoreline for the Luton Town match away on Saturday. Have a great week, guys. And as always, come on you Spurs.